I hope that you're doing great. I'm back today to talk about health and fitness. So if you've been a subscriber for a very long time, you might remember that back in the day, I used to be obsessed with eating healthy, working out, going to the gym, going for a run, and I would do videos like workout clothes haul and what's in my gym bag and stuff like that. But that pretty much changed in 2015. If you don't know, I have endometriosis, which is a disease that I had to get surgery for in January 2015. Although the recovery was good, that surgery left me a little bit traumatized because I have scar tissue that really hurts, and they also had to cut and stretch my abs, which left me feeling like a stranger in my own body, and I wasn't comfortable with myself. And since I was in pain much of the time because of the scar tissue, I completely stopped working out, which looking back was a bad decision, but enough about the past. I'm moving forward and I want to start again and get back on track and get back into a very healthy lifestyle. So although I eat pretty healthy most of the time, I have a few bad habits that I really want to break. So for example, I feel like I drink a little bit too much alcohol because whenever I'm traveling or going to the restaurant or we're having friends over, I automatically get a drink, and that is something that I want to lay a little bit off and don't rely on a glass of wine whenever I had a stressful, awful day or whenever I'm catching up with friends. I really want to learn to take other drinks and maybe try some mocktails along the way. I also really need to drink more water because it's something that I used to be really diligent about in the past, but not so much now. So I have water bottles everywhere. I have a great app on my phone and on my watch to track my water intake because I really have to do that, otherwise I completely forget to drink water. Also, I'm going back into working out regularly, which for the longest time was just impossible. I had this mental block and I couldn't and I wouldn't work out. So I really decided to do things differently and to try a lot of things and see what sticks and what I really enjoy doing. So I started going back to tennis. I used to play a lot of tennis when I was a kid, but then I stopped when I was around 13, I would say, just because I had lessons and competitions on Wednesday afternoon and on the weekends, and I just wanted to spend time with my friends, going shopping or going to the movies. So I'm going back to tennis. We actually signed up for a club last year with my husband. The club is beautiful. It's close by our home. It's in the middle of nature, so it really feels like a treat to go there and play, and we actually signed up for tennis lessons this year. So we are going to have 1 hour lesson every single week, except during the school holidays, but that's going to be a really great workout and I absolutely love it. We had our first lesson this week and I don't feel like I'm working out. I'm really zoning out. I don't think about anything else other than playing and just getting better at it, and it feels amazing to go back to something I used to love that much. Another thing that I really got back into is yoga. We actually went on a little road trip, my mom and I, in the UK about 2 weeks ago, and we stayed in a beautiful hotel called the Gallivant in Rye. It's technically in Canberra, but it's really close by Rye. And I had yoga on the beach while I was there every single morning, and that really made me realize how much I missed yoga. It's such a good practice. It's a very relaxing thing, but you feel like you're stretching and building muscles along the way as well. So I'm really going back to yoga. I actually do yoga at home with Yoga with Adriene video. I feel this is completely fine if you've done yoga with a teacher before. If you haven't, I would highly suggest going to a studio or seeing someone for a couple of lessons just to make sure that you have the good postures and you don't hurt yourself. Also, I'm going back to running, which has been a challenge for most of my life. Again, when I was a really young kid, like 8 years old, I used to love running. I would go run with my dad and I would do competitions and stuff like that. And then as a teenager, I used to hate running because we had this gym teacher that would make us run and run and run, and I just couldn't physically do it, and I would always get bad notes because of that. But then I went back to running like 4 or 5 years ago, and I really enjoyed it, but I felt like I hit a plateau and I couldn't run more than, I think it was 4 kilometers, and I stopped doing it. So now I'm going back into running. I actually downloaded a really good app which is Coach to 5K on my iPhone. I've been using it for a week or so, and it has really helped me to ease back into running. And I'm actually surprised because we moved house since then, since my running days, and our neighborhood is really hilly, so you have to go up and down a lot, and I thought I would struggle a lot, and that's not the case. And I actually feel very happy and very proud of myself when I come back from my runs, so I'm loving that. I'm also trying a lot of new things. I went back to ballet 2 years ago, but they changed the schedule since then, but I'm thinking of going to modern dance. I've never done that in my life, but that might be fun. I'm going to aqua jump. Is that aqua jump? Yeah, aqua jump in about 10 days. I've never done that. One of my friends is going and I'm going with her. She has done it before. It's basically you're jumping up and down a trampoline inside a swimming pool. So that's gonna be interesting because I really don't like swimming, and I'm not supposed to swim too much because I have a knee injury and that's not really good for it. So I'm really curious because that sounds like fun, although I have to wear one of those swimming caps that are just awful. I'm also going to try rock climbing later on the year. I was supposed to try it out in September, but since I went away on that road trip, I had to postpone all of that. So what it means for my content is that I really want to share all of that with you, because I feel like I'm not the only one that really wants to get back in shape, back on track, eating better, working out, and just make that a part of your lifestyle. So I really want to share my highs, my lows, my struggles, the moment of pride that I have. So we'll see how I take this content, but if you have any suggestions, if you have anything that you want to see, I would be more than happy to hear that in the comments. But I was thinking of doing a bit of vlogs and some challenges as well, because I really want to try out new things, because if you never try it, you cannot see if it works out for you or not. So I was thinking about trying intermittent fasting. That sounds very interesting, and it's something that I've never tried before, so I really want to try that. I really want to take a challenge to walk 10,000 steps a day, because currently I feel like I'm stuck at 8,000. Oh my god, I'm stuck at 8,000, so I feel like it would be a good challenge, but still really easily achievable. And I also want to borrow Aleese's idea. She shared that in her 2019 resolutions, I think, and it's to cook your way through a cookbook, which just really appeals to me because I have dozens of cookbooks that I love, and I used to do recipes here and there, but I really want to pick one and do most of the recipes in it. Of course, if there's something that I really don't like or that we are allergic to, I'm not going to try the recipe, but I really want to try like 95% of the recipes in a single cookbook. That sounds really, really cool. So that's it for today. I hope you're just as excited as I am. I cannot wait to share more about my journey with you. And thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone.